Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Alexandra. In today's video we are going to take care of my son's afro hair. His hair has grown so much that it's so tough. Anytime he wash and he's brushing the hair, it's so painful. So I decided to texturize it again with the Scurl texturizer that I've been using. I used to have this a lot like in my hair when I used to grow my natural hair, and now he decided to keep his hair growing as he did not want it cut. So anytime I bring a scissors closer, he's like screaming, "Don't cut my hair." So anyway, we've texturized it. It looked very soft now, easy to manage. As you can see, my hand going in, it looked much softer. I don't know how come I lost the first footage of filming the whole texturizing process. I don't know how come I lost it anyway. So I only showed a bit of the beginning when now I finished texturizing and wash now. So just trying to brush the hair through and let it dry a little bit, and we are going to cut it, trim it through and give him a very fresh, good looking teenage look because at the moment his hair just looked like a bit of a bigger afro on his head, and as you can see, it make him look like a kind of a baby face or a young boy, but he's 15 now, so we are going to give him a big boy's cut. He wasn't happy to begin with because he did not want me to cut his hair, and he thought I was going to take everything off his head. So, well, he doesn't know what I was going to do. I was just going to cut the sides because he liked that type of hairstyles where the sides are a little bit low and the top is a bit higher and shaped up and all looking clean. So he was telling me not to cut his hair, but anyway, so I was just deciding to cut the sides, and as he was telling me what he wants, so slowly as he was looking into the camera and the mirror, he was telling me what to do. Sometimes he uses his hand and tell me, cut this side, cut that side. I said, come on, I know what I'm doing, so don't tell me what to do. Anyway, I've been cutting his hair so long since he was born, very like from baby age. I've been cutting like his hair every time, all until the time, let's say, I left Ghana and came to the UK, and now he's with me. So it's like I've been cutting his hair most of the time really of his life. Anyway, so hopefully very soon he'll start going to the salon here and his hair will be cut. I don't know where we live in Bista. I don't know, they do have a lot of barbering shops, but I don't know how okay they are with cutting afro hairs, if you know what I mean. It's quite different. It's not as soft and smooth as the English hair. So anyway, just getting it all like sorted for him, and trust me, well, it's just trusting the process. It's going to look good anyway. So also he wanted me to dye his hair, because if you can see, the top of his hair is a little bit brownish. It's not dark. I have similar type of hair. Sometimes, as you know, you put relaxers and things inside your hair, it's also like make the top of it a bit brownish anyway. So I try to trim the top, all the brown bit off, and put the hair dye in it. So I'm going to do all that in this video. So he's still giving me instructions, and I'm also telling him to, oh no, stop telling me what to do. Anyway, so sometimes when I start cutting his hair, he doesn't really like trust the process, but he knows I'm going to do it well anyway. So I was telling him that when you go to the salon to get this hair cut, if you really do get a really good salon that they can do afro hair, you can pay at least maybe anything £20 there, which I think is right. So anyway, just going through, and the hair what's the name I'm using to cut his hair is my husband's what's the name, shave. Yeah, I would call it shave anyway. So that's what I'm using to cut it. I'll get one that is much more very smoother, because this one is not that much. It has a very small cutting edge, so I need one that is a little bit bigger, especially for his hair. His hair is quite tough. As you know, afro hairs are quite really cold and tough, so you have to get something that is much more stronger to cut it. So all going through, and as you can see, before I started cutting the hair, I put this black wrap on him, just like they have in the barbering shops, to stop the hair from spreading all over his body and on his dresses. And also I put that white thing around his neck. I bought it recently from, I think, Shein, both of them, and it's been really handy. So when I finish cutting the hair, what I do is I just open the one around his neck and shake it all into the bin. That is it, and just sweep any little thing that is on the floor. It is so handy. It makes cutting hair very clean and smooth around. It's like, it just makes things easy really. Before, I used to cut hair in my old house. Sometimes I'll just cut it all on the floor, on the like kitchen floor, and when we finish, I'll clean it all up. But it's been a long time since I did that, and this has been really good idea, you know, to have around. And I never ever thought of things like this to get for cutting hair anyway. So even my own hair, when I cut it or I try to trim it, I can use it for my own hair, because it's quite really handy. All you have to do is wrap it around and all good to go. Anyway, so just getting it all done. His hair is quite a bit thick. it's really thick, so I'm just going slowly through. I'm sometimes really good with using scissors with my own hair and all that, so using on his is much easier for me than sometimes, you know, cutting your own hair is much difficult. So anyway, just trimming the rest of the edges and the ones, all the ones standing at the top and all that off, and continue with the hair he wants. Anyway, so you know, taking care of afro hair is sometimes really difficult, because you have to first of all keep it moisturized. You have to keep it, you know, make sure it's not really dry. If it's dry, every time you try to comb through it, it will be very painful, if you know what I mean. Sometimes the only way out is maybe spraying water in it and then make it moist, and maybe some moisturizers and products to make it soft for you to comb through. So that is one of the main ways we take care of his hair. And also when he showers, he put in products in it like conditioner, shampoos and all that. It makes the hair much softer for him to manage. And well, when I was growing up in the village, we never have long hairs like this. Even as a girl, I have very short hair. We never ever have hairs, especially in our schools back in Africa. You will never have things like very big hair kind of like this in skin. No, you'll be in trouble. Anyway, so just getting in him all done. He keep making funny faces. If you've seen him in a few of my videos, you know the kind of faces that he makes. That's just him. He's just like making faces on and things out of the video. So just almost done with it. His hair actually really look good, much cleaner, and as you can see, his face is looking much mature than the first video when we started. As you can see, his face, it's look all like a baby. So almost really done with it, and still trimming through. I got some hair dye that I'm going to put into the hair. Well, he bought it himself and brought it to me, so I'm going to put it into his hair. He chose that. It's a black hair dye, which he bought. It's made of brand of Garnier. So I'm going to mix that. When I finish with this hair, I'm going to put the hair dye in it straight away, wash it off before I come back to maybe, you know, complete the rest of the video and show you the end result, how it looks, how smooth it looks. And so finish with all the cutting, and they all look kind of smooth at the top now. So trying to shape it. I'm not really good with using this thin clippers to shape the hair. I'm really good with using razor. I know razors are really sharp, but I've been using razors for so long now, more than 10 years since I've been cutting hair. I've been using razors and I'm really good with them, so I prefer razors. And razors give me very sharp, clean, you know, like a edge cut, so that is why I like using them, and I prefer to use that rather than using the clippers. So almost done with that, getting his front bit sorted. He's also going to school and he's going to look really fresh with his haircut, and you know, make him look much smarter than the big looking afro messy that he had earlier on. So this is us almost done, and I'm sure he's going to say thank you in the end of the the haircut, because I've done a lot of work. I mean, I've done good, and he should really appreciate that. You know, having your mom cut your hair for you is like having it all. Anyway, so almost done with that, and him telling me, oh, that look good, and he was using his hand to show me the other side that, oh, some places was like in, and I said no, it's because he's the way, you know, the afro hair is. Sometimes you have to put your hair in to pull it out, and you know, just adjust, like just fluff it up, and it will all look much each, you know, the length and all that. So anyway, he was trying to like model, show me the hair. So I also shaped the back of the hair for him, and he actually looks smart than before. Seriously, he does. Yeah. So this is afro hair. If you don't know what afro hair is, well, this is one afro hair. This is a 4C hair type, and it's different from some of the mixed hair that has much more curly. This is coily hair. It's not curly, it's coily hair. So that's why you can see it's looking all fine and that. So almost done. We are going to go in next and be doing our that's the dye. I don't know what happened, I mute this side anyway. So this is the dye that he bought from the shop, and we are going to put into his hair. So it came in, I think it's like two different one, the activator also, and then the dye itself. So you pour the other one into this bottle and mix it and spread it all over the hair, and just mix it, like rub it in through all the way to the roots of the hair, and I'll let him wait for a few minutes. I don't know how long. Anyway, when I feel like it's enough, the hair is dark enough and he wants, we can just wash it off, and we finish with our hair. That's basically it, really. He also wanted to dye his hair to something like brown or blonde. I said no way. Yeah, no way are you going to like do that to your hair. I don't know. I know he's a teenager. He can do whatever he wants, what he chooses to do, but I don't want him to. Me growing up, I did not have any of these opportunities where I can decide what I want to do to myself and all that. No way. Anyway, my age, around his age, I was like very, very scared, respectful, and I don't even have I never even thought of even doing my hair or anything like that at all, because all those time I was like thinking about school and things. Today they have all these iPhones and stuff, and just looking on the internet, watching videos. I never had anything like that, so he just has to do what he's told. Seriously, he has to sometimes. I know I do, like, sometimes being a little bit strict on him, especially since he's been in this country less than 2 years now. I don't want him to get into trouble or anything. Like, he's a very, very shy kid, but I want him to grow like with having respect for people and all that, which he is, and I'm proud of him. He's quite a really nice kid, and I'm really proud to be his mom. Anyway, so done with that almost, and this is how it looks. I think the dye is taking the shape of the front that I cut, not all of it. I was using my hand to wrap around, and anyway, I think if you look at the left side of his shape, it wasn't like smooth, it's gone the other way. So when we finish, I'm going to redo that a little bit for him, and we will get our hair all done to the end. And this is how he's almost looking. It's looked really dark now, much better, and his face definitely stands, you know what I mean, like he stands out. It's much more smooth and fresh. And this dye, I don't know how long it's going to stay. It looked like all natural, really good dye, but I don't know how long it's going to stay in his hair anyway. It says permanent, but I'm not sure. It doesn't really seems like that's going to last long, because when I finished washing the hair, I think there was before this video, he tried to shower and wash, and you can see in the wash there was a little bit dark there, so that's part of the dye coming out. So this is the end of our Afro hair care, him looking fresh and trying to model and show me and say thank you for the haircut. And as I told him, if he want to make it all like smooth and matte, just use his hand, like smoothly dab on it, and everything will look really smart. And thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.